Hey royalties, kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. So summer is upon us and so is clapback season. This time anyone is going to get it if they talk recklessly on people's pages.
Don't push it.
Guys, stay tuned for this one. So gospel singer and pastor Deitrick Haddon, who just turned 50, celebrated over the weekend with close family and friends in a club-like setting, I would say. Actually in a club setting. And it got the church talking, and this time Deitrick Haddon is talking back to the church, or the people of the church as I would like to call it. By the way, before we get into all this messiness, because it's really about to get messy, y'all. Deitrick Haddon does not look a day like a 50-year-old. He does look good and he takes care of himself. I remember sharing it on my community tab, and also, by the way, I do share birthdays of some of your favorite celebrity on our community tab. So in case you have not subscribed, make sure to turn that bell on and check out the community tab, because you never know which celebrity may be sharing a birthday with you. Okay, that aside, he had a party for his 50th birthday, and his friends and family, his people turn up, and they really turn up loud, and people are not particularly happy at the way the party turned out, because the people of the church think it is worldly. It was giving worldly vibes and really uncomfortable vibes. And yes, Deitrick Haddon's wife twerked on him. He was grinding on her while she was all bent down dancing, with him. To them it was just dancing, but to some people it was uncomfortable because they felt like they should be doing this within the confines of their house, not in public, because he is supposed to be a pastor and a spiritual leader. So I would just go straight into the comments, because that's where everything played out. Okay, so you probably heard the music they were playing is a secular music, and the person recording just said, "Get your A." This was also one of the concerns of the people that were talking, but we'll get into that. But just being comfortable to say that at your pastor's party, means they made him comfortable enough to be able to throw the word around, or such curse word around. But it is what it is. They looked like they were actually having fun, lots of fun, especially the dance off between the men and the women. And so it was time for the ladies to take over. As you can see, they were getting it. So he also had a moment to love on his wife, to dance to slow music with his wife. I don't think this particular video was what got people talking, because it's okay to dance with your wife, it's okay to love on your wife. But when we look into the comment, we will see why and the things that triggered them to say what they had to say, but yes, he also loved on his wife in a romantic way and setting. They just loved on each other and danced, as you all can see right now. And talking about secular music, this brings me to say, if you know any in the comment section, you should. What kind of love song should Christian couples listen to get in the mood when they want to dance, when they want to be in the mood of, falling in love or dancing with each other? I remember growing up, I would listen to the song. I would even sing the song, "Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on." I didn't even know what the song was talking about back then, until when I grew older and I really listened to the lyrics. I'm like, oh my God, this song is actually about adultery, and I used to like the song. So what are the kind of wholesome love song, clean whole love song that couples can listen to. I mean, if you know a few, you can put it in the comment. I will pin it because it's definitely something that Christian couple needs. Let's get right into the comment and Deitrick's reaction as well as his wife. This auntie says, please don't bite my head off, and if you do, it's okay, I'm prepared. But can someone please help me understand how this sin represents holiness, sanctification, as described in the Bible? I am truly struggling with this, TIA. And then Deitrick replied, asking the person, he says, don't struggle with how I'm living my life. Just make sure yours is lining up with God's will. That's all that matters. Get your mind off man and get your mind on Jesus. Ooh, not with a shade. He came prepared throwing stones. Like, he about to throw stones because they cast the first stones and he's ready to throw back stones. Okay. So this person say, it wasn't a catch, we was outside. I love my pastor and first lady. Hill City Church on a hill that can't be hidden. We aren't hiding. Made it right to church. We party and pray. Notes to sender. It's his wife. 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕐 also shared a post from someone on his story, to collaborate how he's feeling concerning the whole topic about his wife twerking on him. And this sender says, I have a question. Why you are so quick to bash and ridicule Pastor Deitrick and his wife because of what he chose to let his wife do at his birthday party? Are you that miserable? Leave the man of God and his wife alone and let them enjoy themselves how they want. And then the person that posted this also went on to say, for all the fans out there who has a problem with what Pastor Deitrick does or is doing with his wife, I just have to say this. Their life is not your life. How you choose to live your life is up to you, but don't condemn a person over how they choose to do things. They are married. What they do with each other is their business. So please stop with the criticism and constant judgment because God don't like ugly. Keep your judgment coming to yourselves. If you don't have anything positive to say in regards to this man of God and his wife, keep your mouth closed and don't say anything at all.
See, I'm going to keep this short and I'm going to keep it sweet. I'm over here mad at Deitrick Haddon because he was dancing with his wife. Let me tell you something. You definitely going to be mad at me because on my wedding day, baby, I'm sweeping the floor with my husband. Clear the floor. I'm coming through.
This comment says, 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕐, happy birthday. I'm so glad that you had birthday party the way you wanted to celebrate your birthday. The main people on here making comments should look at the way they're living instead of talking about others. And then this auntie says, in short, when you present yourself as a man of God, that is a preacher, you are in position to lead people to God. So you're held to a higher standard of living. This is why you cannot be led by anybody that use God's name in vain, because they could be leading you straight to hell. They can dress it how they want, but we all know this is not a way of holiness. That's why you should never put your trust in man, because man can fall. Don't judge, but always put your trust in God and not man. This person say, happy 50th birthday, and you have the right to live your life, and as long as that was you and your wife, and wish I know it was beautiful young lady, they need to keep the negative comments to themselves. God bless you. Tomorrow it's not promised. And this auntie says, let me guess, there was alcohol there as well. Not Christ-like, especially for a minister, and please don't ask me to mind my own business because it's publicized. Okay, by the way, the videos were shared on both Deitrick and his wife's page. So yeah, it was publicized. And this auntie again says, wow, read the word, get a relationship with God, don't play with his name or anything. And Deitrick replied, a beautiful one that 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕐, I'm so sorry that my freedom in God offends you. Just so you know, I'll never turn away from God and he will never turn away from me over a song and a dance. And this person supporting the pastor says, let's freaking go. You can still be saved and holy and live and enjoy your life to the fullest. I love seeing it. Happy birthday, bro. And he replied, I'm trying to show that. With the numerous comments he was getting from people, fans, and church members not pleased with the video, he put out an audio from a podcast where he talked about him grinding on his wife and about living a life free in God. And this is what he said.
their mouth because it's something to talk about. It's something to have a conversation at the table about this, because it's time to be free in God and without being in sin. It's time. You go find you a wife that you can grind on you and pray with you when it's done. Don't get no woman wrapped in swaddling clothes. I've been there, done it. I can't do that. If we don't do it, man, we're going to lose so many more marriages, man. We got to show them the truth. Man, that's the only way we stop bleeding.
So those were his words, and he further went on to put on this caption below the audio, and it says, FYI, I don't apologize for getting a little twerk from my wife for my 50th birthday. The fact that this is big news really concerns me. Whoever has a problem with it, I want you to stop crying like a baby and be mature. You can handle it because you and I both know you've done worse and sinned worse. The fake outrage is nauseating. Don't make the prophet come out. I've been trying to be nice. Just ask God to help you communicate to your spouse and tell them what you need in order to be happy. Today, my single saints, find you someone that can accommodate your needs, marry them, and enjoy. I promise when I see a post of you and your significant other dancing, I will have absolutely nothing to say, but don't stop, get it. I'm just trying to figure out who told you all to take your love private. Talking about you're gonna make somebody stumble? Well, hopefully they will stumble up on true love and be free to express that love in public. The world needs to see your real relationship with God and with your spouse. It's time. Everything and everybody else is bold. I'm going to be bold with showing my kids how much I like and love their mother. If you have a problem with that, you're not invited to the next party. The next big Deitrick and 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕟𝕟𝕖 party is happening July 16 here in LA. It's our 10th year wedding anniversary, so we're renewing our vows and dancing the night away. Yippee! Okay, that did come again with a little bit of shade. This is getting really interesting, yo. After the party on Saturday, on Sunday, he had special Sunday service and concert in honor of his 50th birthday.
Party, y'all ain't never partied like that before. All right, amen. That happened yesterday. Today is today. Amen. Amen. We had a wonderful time.
And it was lit. The choir outdid themselves. They got everyone slain in the Holy Ghost. At least that was what it looked like. Let's take a look. As I see everyone raising their phone and just, recording the moment, it's just like a self-reflection time for me, because I used to do this sometimes, not necessarily during worship, maybe during the presentation. I do that, but I can just see how distracting that can be. You all can see that this woman is worshiping and everyone is concerned about the content they're going to get for their stories, their status, their social media, just recording with your phone instead of being in the moment of worship. I mean, like I said, it's a self-reflection for me as well, because I'm guilty. I'm guilty of this, not necessarily during worship or the word time, but generally we should put down our phones in church and be in the moment. If we're worshiping, we should worship. I mean, I just thought to mention that. No, let's do better. Anyway, so let's get back into the comment. After he put on all those long captions, there were more comments, and this person says, "Y'all are giving this man too much attention. A true man of God would never display this worldly behavior like this. All this is not glorifying the kingdom. This is glorifying him and his big 50. How about on that big 50, he held a revival and won over 50 souls for the kingdom, but instead he got his wife bending over on social media backing that thing up. Okay, you're married, you're having fun, kudos, but remember who you are. Remember your principles. This is a highly disrespectful. I'm sorry, but then again, I'm not surprised. We all will have to give account one day." And he had this to say in response. That's on the way, my friends. Souls were added to the kingdom this past Sunday, and I'm gearing up for a citywide revival here in LA. I agree that something so small is getting too much attention. That speaks to the state of the church in this generation. Pastor Deitrick really had his time today, and so was his wife, Lady 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕟𝕟𝕖. And so she made this post with her avatar dancing to the song that says, "Let's talk about, baby. Let's talk about, you know what I'm talking about." And she had this caption on that says, "The church is actually frustrated." Okay, YouTube will let us say those words, they're going to flag this video. So yeah, some of the things I'm going to cut out, put out, because YouTube is going to flag the video. And so his wife and the first lady of the Hill City Church LA, Miss Dominique Haddon, in her caption she says, "This is the revelation. The church doesn't talk about us, and now when you see married folks twerking, you are in a frenzy. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's do a better of job at stewarding the people that have been called to us. Let's see more Christian marriages on display in all of their glory. Lastly, you're stop trying to take Jesus away from me. We are besties and he don't play about me. So watch your mouth." Okay. So here are some of the comments from her post. This auntie says, "The dancing was one thing, but the see-through top showing the bra, the cursing and the music, plus the twerking was too much and ungodly. The church shouldn't look like the world. She looked like a worldly woman in the street, not called, not set apart. The church can't change the world because they're too busy looking and being just like it. With all due respect. If you're not ready to commit to holiness, don't become a pastor or first lady. It comes with the call." And this auntie says, "Listen, if some of these Christian women spent more time teeing on their husband and less time worrying about you, they wouldn't have to act like they are really happy on Sunday morning." And then the first lady says, "Preach, woman of God." And this auntie says, "Churches do talk about us between husband and wives, bed being undefiled, but outside, if that, they talk about being humble, modest, and coming out from among them and being separate too. There's a lot that can be said about how we're supposed to be different from the world. What's crazy is so many people hyping these actions up, yet these be some of the very same folks who will say this is why I don't go to church, because the church folks doing the same as the world." And this uncle says, "At 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕖𝕝, I always want to ask some church folks, when they try to get romantic or set the mood with your spouse, what do they play? Like, do they play Take Me to the King?" And the first lady, Miss Dominique, put a LOL, laughing emoji. And this auntie says, "Phew, child. Now we know why there are so many angry deacons. It's because Sister Walker will bend it over one time for him. Hashtag make marriage fun again." And of course, Lady 𝕊𝕬𝕓𝕖 put a multiple laughter emoji. And this auntie says the church should not be talking about us because their flesh should be crucified. When the flesh is under the authority of God, this type of conversation would not be happening. The reason why we have not seen the complete manifestation of the wonders and miracles of God in the church in worship is because of flesh. God, crucify all flesh in church. Manifest your glory, Almighty God. And Lady 𝕊𝕬𝕓𝕖 replied saying, "What? That's why we are here today. These kids know everything and we're afraid because we don't want them to know. My kids are going to learn about us when the time comes, and so will the youth at our church." And this person says, I think this is going to be the last one. Finally, this person says, "Stop acting like you don't know why people are mad. Let's be honest with ourselves. Twerking in America derives from the worldly things. Now, you want the church to accept it because you're doing it with your husband? Some stuff is for home and not for us. Plus, it's not a married woman working on her husband. It's a Christian woman working, period. You all want to be worldly so bad, and when the church get mad, you want to call them judgmental. I do agree they should mind their business and let you do you. However, the Bible does say we are our brother's keeper. Out of respect for my grandma, I don't even kiss my man in front of her. So as a public figure, stop being mad at Christians for wanting to be formal. Some of these people fighting real ass demons, but you're worried about fighting for your worldly rights." Guys, this video has been long enough. I don't know if I can insert my thoughts already because it's already long, so I will let you all do justice and leave your comments. Do you also think, like Lady Dominique, that S should be discussed in church? I think it can, in the right way and in the right order and measure to the right age groups. Yes, I think it can. So finally, Pastor Deitrick Haddon had to put down his sword to finally let this matter rest so he can move on to other better things. So he put out this post that says, the next level for the church is to learn how to disagree without disrespect. Some approve of me dancing in public with my wife and others don't, and that's okay. In the word of the stylist is, people make the word go round. It would be so dope if we could celebrate our differences instead of demonizing everyone that doesn't think like you. I still love ya and there's nothing you can do about it. Deitrick Haddon. He furthermore wrote in the caption under this post, sending strength, love, and blessings out to everyone. Love is the glue that will keep us together even when we hit seasons of disagreement. If we keep loving each other and stick together, we will find common ground. It may be tough getting there, but trust me, we will get there. God has a way of bringing all of his people together. Deitrick Haddon. Anyway, I feel like his response is more of the subtle side compared to the previous days and the other responses, and maybe he thought about it some more. Maybe someone he looks up to, gave him another perspective, or his response kind of seemed a little toned down because afterwards he posted this very beautiful music, and the caption under that post was, the birthday fun is over, now the mission continues. Guys, in order not to further elongate this video, I would just let you guys, share your thoughts. What do you all think about this? And remember, this is a platform for discussion, for information, for edifying, and for inspiration, so we can agree to disagree. Okay, no one come bashing on each other. We are still in the era where people are free to share their opinion respectfully. Okay, so I would just drop a video right here that Lady 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕟𝕟𝕖, Deitrick Haddon's wife, posted some time ago. I think that video pretty much encapsulates my thoughts on this matter. So yeah, let's just react to this video together. It's a little bit over 1 minute, and that will be it.
The type of Jesus that if we were to allow him to grace our pulpits, many pastors would never invite him back because his message would contradict the pastor's agenda. Because if Jesus could preach in our churches on today, I'm talking about that dangerous Jesus, that version of Jesus that will flip over tables in our lobbies, that's more about a church brand than the Great Commission. That dangerous Jesus that will flip over these royal chairs that be in pulpits, that have pastors acting as though they're celebrities and mini stars instead of ministers, and they care more about gaining followers than making disciples. I'm talking about that Jesus. Well, flip over tables that's more about church growth than church health. I'm talking about that dangerous side of Jesus that will frustrate those who are bad-mouthing about somebody else's sin who went public. If truth be told, many of us did the same thing. The only difference is yours wasn't on the Shade Room. The only difference is yours wasn't recorded and uploaded to OnlyFans.
So you guys, you hear that man of God. I don't really know him that well, but I mean, he was spitting facts. He was spitting a lot of truth. So once again, what are your thoughts? I would just let it rest here right now. So thank you so much, everybody. And so that's it pretty much in today's video. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you got to this point of the video, please do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell to not miss another video. And until the next one, remember to pray, work out, work smart, and slay. Bye-bye.